Have you ever stopped in the middle of a stressful day, placed your hand on your chest, and realized you've been holding your breath without even knowing it? Have you ever wondered what your breath is trying to tell you, what secrets it holds about your mind, your body, and your deepest self? Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're going to slow down, not just in action, but in awareness, because in the rhythm of your breath lies the blueprint of your life. And if you can learn to understand it, to rest within it, to trust it, then no matter how chaotic the world becomes, you will not be shaken. We're diving into a profound truth. Your breath is not just a biological function, 'tis a spiritual compass. In this video, you'll discover why learning to breathe mindfully, through the practice known as shurangamamantra, or awareness of inhalation and exhalation, is just relaxing. It's transformative. It's a gateway into clarity, presence, and unshakable peace. And by the end of this journey, you'll see that the space between one breath and the next holds the power to reshape your entire experience of life. Let's start with a simple observation. The breath is the only bodily function that is both automatic and voluntary. You don't have to think about breathing. It happens on its own. At the moment you choose to watch it, guide it, or rest your attention in it, it becomes a bridge. Bridge between conscious and unconscious. Bridge between your mind and body. Bridge between chaos and calm. Let me tell you a story. Shen was a young man who struggled with anxiety for years. Despite being intelligent, capable, and surrounded by opportunity, he lived in a constant state of internal noise. He read self-help books, attended seminars, even went to therapy, but something was missing. And one evening, a mind offered him a teaching that changed everything. Before you try to change your thoughts, watch your breath. Skeptical but curious, Chen began practicing anapanasati. Every morning, before checking his phone, before speaking to anyone, he sat in silence. He focused on the breath as it entered his nostrils. It filled his chest. It left again. At first, his mind was light, but the breath was steady. With time, the breath became his anchor, and he began to notice something extraordinary. When his thoughts were scattered, his breath was shallow. When fear rose, his chest tightened. But when he allowed the breath to light, the thoughts settled, the emotions softened. The world didn't change, but his relationship to it did. That's the beginning of wisdom. Because the breath never lies. Mirrors the state of your inner world. And when you learn to breathe consciously, you're not just calming your nerves or tuning into your truth. Let's go deeper. In ancient texts, the breath was considered the vehicle of life force. Purana in Sanskrit, Ki in Chinese, Pneuma in Greek. It's not just air, it's energy, it's presence. It's the thing that began your life and will carry it to its final moment. So how we treat the breath reflects how we treat our life. When we rush it, we rush ourselves. When we suppress it, we suppress our feelings. When we fear it, we fear being. But when we welcome it fully, deeply, gently, we welcome everything. Then pain. Then uncertainty. Then change. Let's talk about the practice itself. Anapanasati is more than just breathing deeply. It's being aware of breathing. There are 16 stages in the classical teaching, but at its heart, it's about 4 things. Noticing the breath as it is, no need to force it, just observe. Discipline, short, fast, flow, simply witness. Feeling the whole body. As the breath flows, can you feel the body relax? Can you stay with the sensation? Calming the bodily formations. As attention deepens, tension begins to release, breath softens, stillness arises. Observing impermanence. Every breath is born, lives, and dies, just like every moment, every experience. Watching this teaches us to let go. Woman named Mai shared that her greatest breakthrough came during a silent retreat. On the 3rd day, when she stopped trying to do the practice and just sat with her breath like an old friend. He said, I realized I had always treated my breath like background noise. But when I truly listened, I heard the sound of grace. Let's pause here. When was the last time you listened to your breath without trying to change it? With judgment, with technique, as presence. That is where healing begins. Because beneath every panic, every tightness, every story your mind is spinning, the breath is waiting, instant, gentle, ready to lead you home. When to offer you an image. Imagine your mind as a stormy sea, waves crashing, lots racing, motions rising and falling. Seems chaotic, but then you dive beneath the surface, just a few meters down, and everything is still. That stillness is your breath. Not the surface breath, not the anxious gasps, but the deep, slow river flowing beneath. When you train in awareness of breath, you're not trying to get rid of the storm. We're learning to dive beneath it. And in that stillness, wisdom begins to speak. Let me tell you what happened to Bo, a father who lost his son in a tragic accident. For months, he couldn't breathe. Literally, his chest hurt. Every breath reminded him of loss. One night, standing by a lake, he fell to his knees and began sobbing uncontrollably. And, as if something moved through him, he placed his hand on his heart and whispered, "Just breathe, just for now." That breath didn't erase the pain, but it gave him space. And breath by breath, he made it through the night. Years later, he became a meditation guide. Not because he was healed, but because he knew the power of one breath. Let me be clear, this is not about escaping pain. It's about meeting it. This is not about pretending everything is okay. It's about realizing that even when it's not okay, you can still breathe. And that's where freedom begins. Not when the world calms down, but when you do. So how do we live this every day? Here are 5 breath-based anchors to help you return to now. Before you speak, breathe. Let the breath carry your words instead of your emotions. In traffic or waiting in line, breathe. Use the pause as a portal into awareness. Before sleep, place one hand on your chest, one on your belly. Breathe. Let go of the day. In stress, don't fix breathy first. Action is clear after presence. In gratitude, breathe. Let thankfulness sink into your cells. The breath is always here. When you're joyful, it expands. When you're afraid, it tightens. When you're grounded, it flows. So will you sit? Not as a trick, but as a truth. Because when all else falls away, the breath remains. And it is through the breath that you will return to yourself. So ask yourself now, am I breathing or just surviving? And if the answer is I don't know, take this moment. One inhale. One exhale. And feel yourself come back. If this message met you where you are, leave a comment. Share your experience with mindful breathing. What has your breath taught you? Like this video, subscribe, and pass it on to someone who needs to remember how to breathe. Let's create a world where silence is not awkward, where pausing is not weak, where the breath is honored as the sacred rhythm of life. Thank you for watching.
Before you leave, here's something special. In Buddhism, we believe that every encounter carries a deeper meaning. Would you like to discover your true soul connection, the one written into your destiny? Take the Soulmate Test today and unveil the hidden truths of your journey. Click the link below and begin your path now.
http://soulmate. You wisdom more, come, white.